Hey guys, Gameboy3800 here once again, and today we're in Beam, going over an update to my 454 engines mod for the D-Series trucks. So we're going to go over the new presets one at a time. This here is the Street Rod. It is a supercharged 750 horsepower beast for the highway. Sounds pretty mean, and it's nigh on uncontrollable. It's a manual gearbox. And I forget what preset this is based off of the regular D-Series, but it is not very stable for regular driving. It is meant more for just zooming down the highway at ridiculous speeds. It's got a big old Pro Charger strapped to it, so we get a lot of power in the high end. It is pretty silly. Not made to be easy to drive, but I like a challenge. Light the tires up wherever you go. Bonk. But yeah, it's just silly. The next preset over here at the racetrack, this is a full-on track truck. It's a long bed for stability. It's got full-on slick tires. It's also supercharged. But this one is actually a really good handling truck. Another manual gearbox. Really good brakes. And it actually has less power than the Street Rod, because it's made to be able to use all of its power all the time. So you could have more, but then you would have a lot more wheel spin. And wheel spin on a racetrack will only slow you down. Whereas for the Street Rod, you know, it's a bit dangerous, but if you're careful, it can be fun. Make sure to rev match when you downshift so that you can get some good engine braking. At least for braking. And I'm still not sure the right racing line to take around this track. I don't go to this track often. You can get a sneak peek there what the next preset is. We just drove past it. And my lack of track knowledge here is really showing, so I'll just do some donuts. It's a good handling truck. It won't take long to get to learn, but you can see it only has one seat. It's got a chassis roll cage, slick tires, very low to the ground. It's cool. Next up, you may have seen it before. This is a drag preset. We have maxed this engine out with a race Pro Charger and a built engine block and a high stall converter with a drag transmission. Away we go. You can do wheelies if you get it right. Built to destroy the quarter mile. I'm not sure if it does too much for drag cars, but I did add some camber to the front so that you get even less contact on the front for less drag. That won't make it very good for braking or steering though, so watch out. The drag preset does have a brand new ECU as well. You can swap onto the regular D-Series, gives you a little bit more revs and different idle behavior than the regular race ECU. So you can mess around with that. And this truck should be good for all-day drag racing, assuming you don't blow it up. And the last new preset is the Beast Mark II. This is a naturally aspirated 7.4 liter V8, 500 foot-pounds of torque, 450 horsepower. It's a pretty strong engine, and this preset for the Beast is maxed out. It's got all the lights and antennas you could think of, long bed, quad cab. It's got all the lights and all the power, all the torque, and all the off-roading capabilities you could think of. Able to take jumps or climb massive hills with absolute ease. Now, granted, the regular Beast can already do this, but now it's got a bit of a power upgrade. I remember doing this track in BeamNG one time where someone was a spinner over that jump, and your goal was to try and get over it in a monster truck. Or not, no, it wasn't even a monster truck, just regular off-road cars in the game. And it led to a lot of chaos. But yep, that was a lap around the off-road circuit with the Beast Mark II. I will use the Beast from here on out to show all the new parts. If we go to the parts menu, if we go to the engine, we'll see that I have fixed the engine model so that the engine model is no longer half invisible. That was an issue with version 1, believe it or not. We have multi-port fuel injection as before, but now we have the Race Pro charger. And the engine management, now we have a 7.4 liter race ECU, whereas before the other race ECU was just a base game one. So those are the new parts, and then those are all the same. The next new part down here is that we have the drag 4-speed. So that's not going to really help us off-road out here, but it's still cool that you can add it whenever you like. So now with no other changes other than those, we have 800 horsepower and 750 foot-pounds of torque in the Beast Mark II. I'm not sure how the drag transmission is going to handle off-road. It's meant for just straight line acceleration, and we can see it's not doing too great. It has no idea what to do with the gears, but oh well. It probably will still be faster than the other one because it's got a big supercharger now. Even with the gearbox doing funky things. What is going on there? No, my lights. I can't live without my lights. As long as they don't get trapped under my wheels, I think I should be okay. There they go. Beast Mark II is a decked out truck. It's got every option. And that should about do it. Let's go ahead, head back to the drag truck, because we actually can make it more powerful if we add Nitrous. It's always been able to have Nitrous, this mod, but I haven't actually really tested what it does to a maxed out tune here. So if we go to the max shot size of 250 kilowatts, we can go higher with the adjustable, but let's see what happens with the base one here. 2100 horsepower. I'm not sure this tune will be able to capitalize on that, but we can try. Maybe it can. The gearing is shortened up to maximize the quarter-mile time. But it didn't explode. We don't even have any engine warning, so that's cool. We could go higher. I will leave that for you to discover, though. Yep, I actually did a lot of transmission tuning for the drag gearbox so that it would be perfect for the quarter mile. So, should be fun. And boom. Of course, it still is a D series and brakes just as such. Yeah, I didn't show you the Pro Charger. Come on. Yoink. Oh, there. I had the camera speed way up so I could fly around the map to teleport my trucks around. So if we go over here, you can see that the Pro Charger doesn't make too much sense. It is just kind of there. And the intake is backwards because there just isn't enough room by the radiator. In fact, I think there's actually clipping a bit because the radiator fans are so thick. But yeah, Pro Charger there. It looks like a turbo, but it's a belt-driven supercharger off to the side. Maybe it would have been easier to add a roots type blower, but oh well, too late now. Maybe I will add one in the future for a next update. That is going to be it for this video though. If you guys enjoyed, you can leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks, Game Boy out. I'll see you all in the future, and don't forget this update is out right now on the Beam Monsters website. I'll see you all in the future. Goodbye, everybody.